People are not always charmed by other people's children. I remember being in London in a restaurant with my husband and my daughter, who was 3, maybe 4 at the time. A couple was led to the table next to us. They saw our daughter, whispered something to the waiter and went off. Something similar happened on a long-haul flight. A man came, saw my daughter sitting in the middle. His face changed. He later confessed he never had a better flight because my daughter didn't stir. But still, it's not that these people do not like children, they just do not like what comes with children. Now, I have the same with dogs. I like dogs, but I do not like, or let's say, I hate barking dogs. And the only thing I hate more than barking dogs are the owners of the barking dogs. Behind our apartment, there was an old ruin, abandoned, and sometimes in winter, squatters would come and spend a few nights there. The neighbors didn't like this, and there was all this talk about it being a drug den or whatever. But at least one thing you can say about these squatters, they were quiet. They did not want a confrontation with the police. Meanwhile, this house has been torn down, and it is now replaced by a very modern 3-story apartment building. Downstairs, the garden apartment is now occupied by, you've guessed it, a family, mommy, daddy, a child, and a barking dog. Now, neighbors who have an adjacent garden, they have just bought a lawn mowing robot. Robots and dogs do not cohabitate. And each morning when the robot goes on its seemingly erratic itinerary, the dog goes berserk. Now, as these two will never be able to communicate, this is not going to improve. Now, I have checked the law here in Italy, and there is very little I can do. You see, dogs have rights, and an enlightened judge has decided that dogs bark, so live with it. And that is exactly what my neighbor said when I complained. She said, well, you now have a neighbor with a dog, so live with it. Now, in Hong Kong, and this is not the first time this happens, there is a manhunt going on. The police is looking for a person who is poisoning dogs at an alarming rate. Now, I know this is wrong, and I would never, I swear, never. But it gets me thinking. I don't know what is going to happen to this man. Maybe he will move to Italy. And I know it's wrong, and I won't. But he gets me fantasizing. And that's my story. If you have a dog story to tell, please use the comments box below. And as always, share, like, subscribe.